You saw some of this, right? But to even tell you something that is very important is that when you look at the cooperation on returns, that is Article 7 of the agreement, says the parties will work together to secure the dignified return of their nationals who do not or who no longer have the right to enter or remain in the territory of other parties. I've seen some things in the media where some people are saying they want to go and bring prisoners from all over the world and dump in Nigeria. This government will not tolerate something. There's no way this government under this president will sign that sort of agreement. It's never going to be done. What this agreement talks about are Nigerians who are overstayers or who are out of status in the United Kingdom.
All right, Minister, just give me a moment. I don't want us to lump the issues together, and I want us to take it one after the other, especially things that really bother Nigeria, for understanding and a proper perspective. Is this legally binding, or is just a cooperation framework that was signed?
It's a cooperation framework.
So it's not...
it's a cooperation.
It's a country-to-country cooperation framework on migration.
Exactly.
Right. So, and it's based on reciprocity.
Based on 100% on reciprocity.
But, I mean...
And Sheil, sorry, before you move on, looking at Article 9, that is why I said, you see, we're close to... This is an election season. A lot of insinuations. And I tell you, 90% of people that are trying to drive the wrong narrative on this agreement have not even seen it. And those that have even read the release by Bayo Nonuga are pretending not to have read it because for political reasons or otherwise. Because Article 9 of the agreement clearly states the conditions for return, which is fundamental. What are the conditions? Returns under this MOU will be subject to the following conditions. A, the returnee concerned is a bona fide national of the requested party. That is to say, we also have the right, there are British citizens that are out of status in Nigeria, we also have the right on the same way to take them back, just as they also have. You must be a bona fide member, a citizen. Then B, before departure, identification checks will be carried out by the officers of the requested party in the territory of the requesting party. That is to say, the Nigerian Immigration Service officers in the UK will identify that this person is a Nigerian. There will be that identification and confirmation. C, all cases of return will be coordinated by the requesting party in conjunction with the officers of the requesting party. It means that it is the Nigerian Immigration Service, that's our foreign attaches, that will coordinate this return, not the other way around. Then D, return may be conducted by means of scheduled aircraft or aircraft chartered specifically for this purpose. E, the requesting party, that is the United Kingdom in this case, or if it's Nigeria that is, will provide the flight details and particulars of each returnee 5 working days before the date of return. So we have all this process. And to go to G3, which is very key, because I saw some people thinking maybe Nigeria must get the sovereign right. It doesn't make sense.
So Nigerians are not skeptical. Just a moment.
Yeah.
You know what happened in 2022 in the case of the agreement with the United Kingdom and Rwanda, and how that deal came and it became a very big deal about the deportation and the issue of asylum seekers, and how Rwanda and Rwanda became the country of destination to some of the asylum seekers. And the case which the minister of the minister has now resigned, that America has asked Nigeria to take also people into Nigeria, and a lot of Nigerians are not asking something that is too far-fetched or too far away. The skepticism about the possibility of these bigger and stronger nations imposing on our country and making our country a dumping ground, and they have a leverage of giving us more. They take the leverage, and we don't have anything. We take the short end of the stick, and that's why Nigerians are skeptical. We've heard this thing happen, and now we want to know tonight.
Let me tell you, not under this president. Not under this president. You don't know him. He's not a man to be bullied. He's a man, before any decision is taken, It's about national interest.
What prompted this migration agreement?
Agreement was first signed. The first was, I think, 2022. Renewal was 20. This is a renewed agreement, but with an expanded scope to favor Nigeria. And also, subsection 3 of what I just said says, it shall be the sole responsibility of the Nigerian Immigration Service, NIS, to issue and handle as it's necessary under Nigerian domestic legislation any Nigerian documentation ahead of the notified date of return as stated. This shall be distinct from the UK letter process and remains the sole right and responsibility of Nigerian authorities, including handling of the travel document and any onward transmission required from the issuing office to enable entry. Let me tell you, when you are comparing this to Rwanda, for goodness sake, don't compare an orange to an apple.
No, that wasn't a comparison. I'm saying that the background to some of this issue, and the reason why Nigerians will be skeptical, is that things like this have happened.
This is a returnee agreement between both parties based on international principle of reciprocity in diplomacy. The other one, I don't want to comment on it because the two nations are different sovereign nations, but that's about asylum seekers. Nigeria is not taking any asylum. No. We are saying
they are not dumping anybody on us.
No, not at all.
That is clear.
100%.